At first, there was nothing. But then, there was something. We have a solar system among us. But where did it come from? Where did our planets come from? 4.5 billion years ago, where our solar system would eventually form, a big, dense collection of clouds of gas and other materials was possibly hit by a shockwave from a supernova or a big old sun explosion and created a nebula, or a big disk of material. Over many years, the nebulous cloud's gravity pulled in that dust until the pressure grew so big that hydrogens combined to form helium, releasing a huge amount of energy, forming our sun. After the sun formed, there was still material left over. We called these planetesimals. These planetesimals started to crash into each other more and more. Whoop-ow! Whoop-ow! Until they developed enough gravity to form a planet. These formed our terrestrial planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The other material left over became things like asteroids, comets, meteors, and moons. A lot of this material can be found in the asteroid belt. The gas giants like Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, or Uranus are formed through a quick process called gas accretion. The planets form an icy and rocky, or in some cases, metallic core. And after gaining enough gravity, it pulls in a ton of the gaseous substance around it, and it makes a planet with no rocky surface. These planets all have rings as well. Saturn's are just the most prominent. But don't try stepping on these planets either. You'll fall through! You'll also be crushed by the planet's gravity, but mostly fall through! And you might be wondering about Pluto. Well, thanks to a certain science guy, I'm looking at you, Neil, we don't consider Pluto a planet. It has its own classification of dwarf planet. But Pluto also formed through the same process of accretion of comets similar to the terrestrial planets. So overall, the solar system is huge and has a very cool history. So let's recap. We have the sun, our star, which formed by a buildup of pressure and hydrogen turning into helium, releasing a huge amount of energy, turning into a star. Our four inner terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, which formed by planetesimals crashing into each other, and our outer four gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And finally, Pluto, formed also through the accretion of comets.